concerning the protection of civilians in Sudan, and Russia has blocked the resolution because it did not respond to the prerequisites, specific prerequisites that were possible to be included in the text. Sudan government has called during the multilateral engagement with the text that the penholder and other multilateral parties to the Security Council to work to achieve that following the escalation of repeated and systematic armed attacks by the militia, RSF, targeting civilians in cities and villages as a result of the continued support of the UAE, that we demand the UAE to stop immediately the flow of weapons, ammunition, drones, equipment, military vehicles, and logistical and media support to the rapid support militia and foreign mercenaries. We also told them that we need the Council to prevent the neighboring countries from allowing safe passage and for smuggled weapons, including the militia and the fighters and the mercenaries who come through their territories. And there is also a continued support of the UAE and its regional partners. This continuous and sustainable support for the militia in Darfur and across Sudan borders is the sole reason for the continuation of the conflict. Therefore, and to end this conflict, there must be put to this an end to this blatant interference that violates the UN Charter, encroaches on sovereignty and national law, and conflicts with the maintenance of international peace and security. We also need classifying of the militia as a terrorist militia with a specific trend of ethnic supremacist status, because it wages a war of extermination against civilians and tortured them for ethnic motives. And we also asked them during the negotiation for the withdrawal of the militia to gathering areas or points designated for them under the supervision of the United Nations, and their evacuation of homes they occupy to facilitate the return of citizens to their homes in the Triangle capital. Both steps to end the conflict. I think if this has been done, it will end the conflict, because the armed forces did not start the war, but were attacked in their headquarters, which necessitated them to exercise the right of self-defense. Sudan has cooperated and will continue to cooperate with the United Nations Secretary General, with the Security Council, and with the private envoy of the Secretary General in their diplomatic efforts undertaken by his to cooperate with the African Union, but within the context of activating the multi-purpose of national civilian protection plan with national ownership specification. And this will activate, for example, a national mechanism which is to be supported by maybe AU or regional actors for implementing the Jeddah commitments within a joint national regional mechanism that we preferably look for to be implemented in the capital first. Also, we need to activate the Civilian Protection Committee established in the Darfur states, and also to activate the Permanent Ceasefire Committee in Darfur as well, raising the capabilities. And we ask them also to help us to raise the capabilities of the national police in Darfur and to form a mechanism to monitor violations, especially attacks by the militia and foreign mercenaries for their failure to adhere to the ceasefire. This mechanism could include elements from neutral countries in the region. And also, we can adopt a technology to monitor violations of international humanitarian law and attacks on civilians, including observations affiliated with academic centers and other regulators. So we need also safe routes can be identified for civilians to cross safely to and from cities in Darfur with security controls to which the rapid militia must adhere to. So we need also a reliable and experienced civil society actors or organizations that can be nominated to contribute to early warning requirements and to provide appropriate training to the Sudanese police elements regarding the protection of local communities, especially in areas that have been subjected to attacks and violations by the militia. These areas are subjected to open and systematic aggression with a view to destabilizing, which exacerbates the severity and nature of the conflict and expands its scope to become a civil war according to the plan of the militia and its sponsors in the region. So we need also to address the gap, the capacity building gap in relevant national institutions, and provide resources to raise the level of readiness readiness and to respond to the security challenges created by the war of aggression against Sudan, including the protection of civilians. We will also support the reconciliation and civil peace building processes under the supervision of civil and tribal leaders, Sufi orders, religious men, women, and youth aligned to promote civil peace, to ward off hate speech and ethnic tension. And we will demand the international community and the Security Council to classify without any delay the militia and its social levers and mercenaries as a group of ethnically supremacist terrorists targeting the lives and souls of civilians in all safe areas with criminal intent. Thank you very much.